Hello, everybody. Great to see you. Eamon Darcy's my name. Let me get it up. Yeah, it's we're live here, live streaming to all the regular channels: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, everywhere. And that clip that you've just seen was from the uh, World Quantum Day last year at Pawsey Supercomputing Center in WA, where we have a quantum computer. It's actually a strange one. But today, why am I talking about quantum computing? Today's all about AI. However, don't forget to talk about quantum computing when you're talking about AI. AI in the last 12 months has changed everything. It's unbelievable. The whole world, the World Economic Forum, UNESCO, everybody's talking about where are we going? And that's just with AI. When we have AQ, AI plus quantum computing, well, that's when it's going to get weird. You know, the Matrix, and it's just going to be crazy. It really is. What it's going to do. Quantum computers do certain operations thousands of millions of times quicker than the fastest supercomputer that runs the internet and runs everything that's happening today. So look, it's very exciting times, and today I'm going to talk about a great opportunity for non-technical people to get into this sector which is never ever ever going to go away. AI is with us forever, and it's so exciting. It does remind me of the time when, you know, the internet first came with us, but it's far more exciting than that. We're even talking about things like eradicating global poverty. And I don't know whether you know, today was a huge announcement from OpenAI in conjunction with a company called Figure One, and they're putting ChatGPT's capability. If you don't know what ChatGPT is, don't worry, I'll tell you during the course of this evening. But they're putting ChatGPT conversational, intellectual, intelligent mode into robots now. So it really is where, you know, where it's all going to go is the big question, but it's very exciting. But let's get into the presentation. I'm very strict on time. It won't go over time. I'll finish at 7:30 no matter what, but questions can carry on. I'll stay here, and if anybody's asking questions. Now, please do use the chat no matter where you are. Oh, I've got some messages there from Rita in LA. I must be very, very early over there. But let me just get the captions going. Oh, there's so many things to do. It's a very exciting time. Yeah, I know. Got people talking to me. Oh, yes. We got messages coming in left, right, and center. So why don't I just stop all this nonsense and get on with the show, as they say. So let me bring up the presentation, and we can talk about what we're going to talk about. I can take you through each slide. Please do keep the comments in the chat coming through, though, because I do love them. If you can't hear me or there's a problem with the slides, it's a great way to tell me. So thank you very much for everybody who's putting in the messages. Oh, I didn't mean to put that one up. Great. Let's get going. So hi, I'm Eamon Darcy, again, the founder and operator of QUECWA, the Quantum Education Centre of West Australia. I like to call it now the Quantum and AI Education Centre of West Australia. I teach UWA and CSIRO in generative AI. I've been studying it since 2001, since before that, actually. So there's not a lot I don't know about it, and I can, and certainly the two together, I'm quite fortunate. I have a unique background in quantum computing and generative AI, and the two are hitting each other, and the old synergy, one plus one equals three. It's coming up with some amazing stuff. So I'm going to share with you the business model that how can we use AI to make some money? And I mean, more for you than me. And this is how I'm going to do it. Just a few anecdotes before we get going. The rise of powerful AI will be either the best or worst thing to happen to humanity. We do not yet know which. You can't argue with Hawkeye. So we'll see what happens there. ChatGPT is a conversational chatbot based on its knowledge base. So you've got a program that extracts knowledge from a knowledge base. Its knowledge base is every single word that's ever been published. Going back to the Encyclopedia Britannica, the works of Shakespeare, the works of Copernicus. You can ask it any question and it'll reply. But what it will do, it will be in a conversational mode. And I'm not going to be able to tell, hi, I'm not going to tell you today how it works, but I hope to do that soon because it's so interesting the way it works. But look at this amazing thing. It reached 1 million subscribers in 5 days when it was released in November 2022, just over a year ago, basically 15 months ago or whatever that is. In 5 days, 1 million subscribers. It reached 100 million subscribers in 2 months. And there you can see how long it took Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. QUECWA was still waiting to reach 100 million. So, yes, hi. Yeah, so it's something special. And to prove it's something special, it's already now it's AI, such as ChatGPT, is now allowed in Australian schools from, I didn't mean to do that, sorry, from 2024. So it's now currently in Australian schools. How quick is that? In 1 year, the program was released a year ago, and they already made up their mind that, hey, we can't ignore this. All children very shortly will have an AI robot that will be geared to their temperament, geared to their intellect, and will just teach them things. It's exceptionally exciting, the education field. Now, here's what we're going to talk about today. So we've got 10 minutes in session 1, 10 minutes in session 2, but the big session, session 3, sorry, the big session is 40 minutes in session 2. One thing I'm telling you now, to those people who are non-technical, you're probably thinking, how can I build a chatbot that will know everything about a company, everything about its history, everything about its price list, everything about its policies, everything is about employees, everything about the industry, like if it's a real estate agent, all the policies from REWA and all that. How can I build a chatbot to do that? And I'm telling you that you will, at the end of this, understand how to do it. And not only that, it'll take about 5 minutes. So no further ado, let's look at session 1. I'm going to talk about the opportunity you have today, non-technical people, to get into this industry, which is just going to change everything. It's a conjunctive business model. That means I help you at the beginning and you reward me with a bit of commission. But I'm hoping that after 6 sales, You'll just set up your own business, and we will do everything to help you set up your own agency. This won't be just on chatbots. Every month, I'll be giving you a new and incredible application of generative AI, which you can go out and make money from. And I'll be showing you exactly how to do that, but we'll be hand holding all the way. So don't feel you'll never feel like you're on your own. So I'll be telling you on a weekly basis about everything that's happening in generative AI. I want to tell you about the types of chatbots. When I say type of chatbots, that's QUECWA type of chatbots. I've set it up in a certain way, which is pretty unique. And I'll tell you how much they cost, so how much you'll sell them for. Then the big thing, what I'm going to do, session 2, is show you how you set one up. Now, listen to this. I'm going to show you a quick video, 3-minute video from a presentation I held back in December. I held a presentation. One part of that, it wasn't the main part like it is tonight. One part of that was how to build a chatbot. So I showed them, and then we had a break, and then everybody came back, and I said, oh, did you see how easy that was? And someone put their hand up and said, I built one during the break. And they did. And they'll, not me, they'll be telling you of their experience a little later. So I will take you through the how to build one, the full back end of the chatbot, and also the fastbots. We get blank chatbots from a company called Fastbots in London or in the UK. And then we give them a knowledge base. Now, we don't give them the complete works of Shakespeare. We give them the company identity. And that, as I say, could be any Excel file, a Word document, PDFs, the lot, the websites, etc. And then I'll quickly mention the rise of the chatbot that all of the experts are saying is going to get to, about 75% in small business. And at the moment, we're hovering around 3 or 4%. So you do the maths. It's a huge opportunity, but it won't last. And I'll explain that later. And then we talk about the future of your agency. And the important thing I want to get across is chatbots will make you a lot of money if you put a lot of effort in. It's incredible how it's just fantastic. But I'll be giving you things once a month, if not more, at the beginning. Like Google Earth Studio Flyover. So if someone's got a property to sell, it will be the old Google Earth. I said there's a drone flying in and around your property. Looks great. Voiceovers, video language translation. Some of you will see I did a short presentation of about a minute, and then with me talking in English, and then I clicked a button, and then it was me speaking in Hindi, my voice, perfect lip sync, me in French, me in Japanese, again, my voice, perfect lip sync. The usage for that is unbelievable. I was talking to the disability sector, and they use a lot of carers who English is a second language. So they can now do presentations and very quickly do it in the person's own language. Absolutely incredible, that market. But all these markets are changing quickly with AI. And then things like logo animation and video are huge areas in AI. And they will have some questions and maybe some answers. I'm kidding, I'll answer everything. So what is the QUECWA Chatbot Agency Business Model? We're talking about, if I just said to you, go out and do it now and build chatbots for people and support them, you'd say, hey, but I don't know how to do it. So we hold your hand for the first 3 conjunctive sales. You bring in the leads, all the agents bring in the leads. The leads are basically the prospects as anyone who has a website. Chatbots have all people who own websites. Why do you own a website? To communicate what your product is and what you do, what your service is. The chatbot does that better than anything 24/7. But the problem with chatbots is that they've been awful. They've cost a fortune. They've taken ages to train, and then they really don't work. And users, I don't know about you, but I always ignore a chatbot when it leaps up and says, hi, can I help you? That all changed with ChatGPT. So about 3 to 6 months ago, ChatGPT chatbots started coming out. So you're getting right in at the start, and that it's going to make a huge difference. So with the first 3 sales, it's QUECWA led. I do all the selling. I do all of the creation of the chatbot. We do a trial with every single prospect we get. So if you're don't forget, this is a global product. You can do to any website in the world. We've got people here from Trinidad and Tobago, LA, and India, and the UK. Doesn't matter where the website is. It all works exactly the same way. So every website is a prospect, basically. And they're not going to believe her. You're going to say, hey, I can do a chatbot for you, and it's going to look great. And they'll say, yeah, I've looked at it before, not that interested. Well, you can now say, look, I'll give you a 48 trial. Give me your website. Give me your price list or whatever, anything, or just give me your website. And then within 5 minutes, you've got it up and running, and you can email it to them. It's not on their website, but it's exactly the same thing. You can email the chatbot to them, and they can have it for 48 hours. And trust me, that's normally enough for people to say, yeah, I want to do it. So, yeah, that's the first 3 sales. So each sale is about $500. So QUECWA gets $400 and you get a commission. That's only while you're learning. And QUECWA gets the support package, because what I don't want to do is get you involved in the first 3 sales and then you say, oh, look, it's not for me. But then someone's got to support that customer. So that's the way we do that. So the first 3, you're learning. And trust me, after 3, you'll be okay. The second 3, you are in charge. Basically, you lead the sale, you lead the creation of the chatbot, but I'm here right by your side. I'm at meetings with the customer. I do whatever you want to do and answer whatever question you want. And now you pay me a commission of $100. So you get 400-ish, about that amount, and you pay me about $100. And again, for the same reasons I did the support package. But after that, and this is what I want, I don't want you to be selling chatbots for me and paying me a commission, or me paying you a commission. I don't want that. What I want after those 6 sales is that you go independent and you set up your agency. You don't call it Johnny's ChatBot Agency, because we're going to be doing a lot more than chatbots. So it's Johnny's Generative AI Agency, or whatever you want to call it. So after the 6 sales, then if you don't feel comfortable going out on your own, you don't have to. In that case, we can have I'll pay you a commission, but I'd rather you set up your own independent agency. And we will give you all of the documentation that we have. We'll do a special introduction with Fastbots. They love us because of what Kay did when she created. He put that on his website and showed everybody how easy it was. So we'll do everything. You get all the support, all the sale, everything is yours. You pay a $45 membership fee, and you only pay that after you've made some commission. So you don't pay that and then see how it goes. You're never behind, basically. Wow, I'm a little bit behind time, so I'll have to move a bit. So let's look at the prices. There are 3 types of chatbots. And this, again, is all QUECWA based. No one else has it, this division. And I call it the URL bot, the enterprise bot, and the industry bot. The URL bot, and when I show you how it all works, that's when you'll see how it all fits together. But at the moment, I'm just telling you what the different types are and how much they cost. So the URL bot, all you do is type in the URL of the client. That is honestly all you do. And then the URL bot will automatically know everything that's on the client's website. Then you've got the enterprise bot, and this is, well, this one and the industry bot is what most people will get. Certainly wants to have a business that's dynamic. So with this enterprise bot, it's the URL as well, but you can also put on any Word document, PDF, Excel file, YouTube video, CSV file. So that could be all your budgets, all your price lists, whatever the client wants to share. They send it to us and we literally put it in a folder for them. And then it's all done. That's 500. And the other one, I can't remember if I said, is 450. This is 550. And that's a one-off fee. They own that chatbot, which is a bit of embedded code. And it's theirs, and they can get a support package, but they don't have to. But that is theirs. And then the industry bot, is one up 650, and a really high proportion will go for this. It's the same as the enterprise bot, except you also have authority websites like REWA, for example, in real estate. So I can put REWA in there. I can put Wikipedia in there. In my case, I put government websites in there. We can talk about the privacy and all that later, but this is what everybody's doing, so it's not a problem. With the national quantum strategy, I put all of that in there. So if your industry has rules and regulations and policies from an authority site, you can have that in there. So a real estate agent could say, "Oh, look, everything's on my website. Everything to do with REWA and everything to do with all my listings are there." And you can look at the listings and you can have a conversation with the chatbot. You can say, "Look, I was thinking of something a little bit more northern." Boom. It'll do it because that's how clever it is. It's amazing. With support packages, and by the way, this is where you earn your money, because no support package, which is very reasonable. You may have a website that just has one message to say to the public that never changes. So they only need general support. Like if the chatbot goes down, then we have to look after that. But there's no customization, so they don't pay anything. They pay, the $500 or whatever they paid, and that's it. And we never see them again, and that's okay. Then there's a standard support package, and that is where we will basically, thank you, everybody. It's a standard support package for $45 a month. I might add, I'm here on my own, so I'm getting a lot of messages and I can't quite stop and look at them all, so I do apologize. The standard support package is $45 a month, and that allows you to add on a URL, like say REWA, and one URL a month and one document a month. So it's suitable for a website that very rarely changes and a business that very rarely changes, but it does every so often. But the big one is the industry bot. And that is, if we use the case of a REWA agent again, you're getting new listings all the time. You need them in your chatbot. So you pay $95 per month. Now, that is what's going to make you a lot of money, because once you've got 20 signed up, you're literally getting $2,000 every month for doing very little, to be frank. So, 95 times 20, whatever that is. So, yeah, that's the way it is. So session 2, how to build a chatbot. What I'm going to do is play that video of Kay, and I might be able to answer a few chat questions while this goes on. But here's Kay speaking about how she built a chatbot during the break. That sort of thing. So I had the presentation. We had a 10-minute break in between. So I described how to create your chatbot. And when we came back for the second half, I said to everybody, did you feel how easy it was to set one up. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if one of them could maybe spend the next week or so looking at it and come up with one. And one lovely lady, Kay Macchioni, who I have here today, has very kindly joined us. She said, I created one during the break, and honestly, I nearly fell off my seat. It was fantastic. So let me say hello to Kay. Kay, how are you?
I'm fabulous, thank you. How you doing?
I'm really well. I call you from now on. I'm going to call you Kay, the chatbot builder.
Okay, or the quick chatbot builder, as the case may
Well,
be. Yeah, I was just following instructions. I was just following what you had in your presentation. It was so easy.
Yes, look, it's fantastic. I am still amazed at what you achieved, and congratulations, and I applaud you wildly on that. But just tell me exactly what you did.
Well, I literally just followed the instructions. So I think I hopped on to FastBots and I had to sign up an account, and it was only, one chatbot I was creating. So it was a free account. So that was pretty easy. I just put in a couple of details. And then I had ChatGPT on my phone. So I went back to ChatGPT because FastBot asks you for some websites to reference.
Of course, yes.
Yes, I run a online radio station that is aimed at improving the confidence in tech for seniors. So we play, music for seniors and then this tech. So I went back to ChatGPT and said, can you give me a list of 10 websites where you would find the answers to tech questions for seniors? It gave me a list of 10. I was able to knock out 2 because I knew that they weren't particularly relevant. So then I grabbed the other 8 and I put it into the FastBot profile. And I almost immediately had a little chatbot set up. So curiously, at that point in time, when I was asking it questions, which I was asking while you were doing your presentation, sorry, because I was multitasking.
I noticed you on the phone.
My phone, yes. Every teacher's nightmare is that kid that's on their phone. They think you're on social media, but I was actually creating a chatbot. So then I linked it to our own website because we have all of our past show notes on the website. And rather than saying something fairly generic, like we're not entirely sure, but we think, it would just come up with the answers. So I was sitting there asking it all these tech questions that a senior would ask, like, what is a podcast? Or, how do you increase the text size on your phone? And it was just coming back with all the answers. So I was absolutely amazed. And this had all happened in maybe was it half an hour? That it took me to actually set up this thing. And then when I got home in the following week that you mentioned, I flicked it onto my website, and that was a simple process.
Oh, well, that was great. Thank you very much, Kay, for that. Yeah, so really amazing. And again, you can see how obviously it's so easy. But now let me get on and prove that. I'm now going to take you a video with me going through the full back end of how to create a chatbot. This is 15-minute video, and this is the most important. So please try and listen up. So let me show you how to create and support a chatbot. You will be amazed how simple it is. So I'll just go to fastbots.ai. That's our supplier of chatbots. So if you like, they send us blank chatbots, which we then populate with the information pertaining to the particular company. So I'll log in with my Google. Just takes a couple of seconds, of course, and I'm immediately in there, and I'm going to create a new one. So I'm going to give it a name. I'll call it Trial Bot, and I'll make it public, and let's go. And this is how easy it is. I just, in order to start giving it information, which is called training the chatbot, I can just click on website, web page, PDF, Word document, Excel document, or CSV document, and even a YouTube. So I can really do anything. The important links are here down the left hand side, and I'll go through each of one of them. But let me start by putting in my own excuse me, my own website, and you have to put in the full title. Whoops, QUECWA.com.au, and I just go start. And if I look down here, it's already got every page. Now, I hasten to add, that could be a website like a government website that has hundreds of separate web pages, and they're all here. They're all already indexed and saved, and you can see the type of them here, when they were added, and how many characters. Now, if we come over to the left hand side, there's a button here called Overview, and that automatically gives you a copy of the chatbot before you go live. So this now has all my QUECWA details in it. So I can say, according to QUECWA, what are the 3 types of chatbots? These are my own categories, which is basically a website plus documents, and then an industry-wide website. So let's see if it's picked all of that up. And it has. We already have a chatbot. Even though it's only on my site, and we can see it's used 38,000 characters already. So we're talking about QUECWA mentions 3 types of chatbots based on where their knowledge base is sourced from, i.e. just a website, which is all we've done at the moment, or website and any documentation. And I'll now go back to links to show you how I would enter, and this is how easy it is. I'm clicking add on the right hand side, and now I might want to upload excuse me, a PDF. So I have a PDF on a quantum computing experiment. So I just go to my normal hierarchical filing system under QUECWA, sample documents for ChatBot Agency, and here's the PDF. And that's a PDF on a delayed choice quantum eraser experiment. So we've got one pending here. So if I just click the refresh a couple of times, it's now actually indexed it. So this PDF is now part of the chatbot. So if I go back to my overview and I ask it, what is the delayed choice quantum eraser experiment about? Hopefully it will tell us. Oh, look at that, the delayed choice. Oh, and notice these are good answers. The delayed choice quantum eraser experiment is a quantum physics experiment that explores the wave-particle duality of light, which is wonderful. I'm happy to talk to any of you about that. But this is now the power of ChatGPT. I'm going to add another question that's not in our database. So what do you mean by the wave particle duality of light? Oh, look at that. I'm sorry for me to carry on, but I just find it fantastic. So this has now This is a conversation. This is something a chatbot could not do a year ago. So it's completely explained the wave-particle duality of light, what the concept is. It's got both wave-like and particle-like properties. This is fantastic. So we've now got a chatbot that's functional. It can tell you, a browser, anything about QUECWA's website and anything about the delayed choice quantum eraser. So we just literally keep putting websites in. I'm just going to now go through some of the features here. So leads, with the leads here, I can configure the leads. I haven't got any generated at the moment, so sorry. Look, this is important. I'm going to go to text. Now, there may well be a question and answer that you don't like from the chatbot. It's technically correct, but it's not what you really want to see. So I can add in extra information here, and I can, just for demonstration purposes, what is Eamon's middle name? You know, if I did that now, it would say I don't know. But I'm now saving this text. And you do it in a question and answer format, and I can just put in thousands here. Let me go back to the overview, and let's see if it knows my middle name. What is Eamon's middle name? Eamon's middle name is James. Wow. Wow, wow. So links, that's how easy it is to add a link. You could put your whole price list in here in seconds and it will do it, and I can put text in. So I can also tune it. So I'm clicking on this tune here. And it allows me to choose the model. I always put it to GPT-4 Turbo. That's going to just give you better answers. I don't know whether you're aware of Claude, which is another huge search engine, the same, well, not as good as ChatGPT's #1, but you've got Google's Gemini, and you've got Claude following it up. So you can make the AI very creative or not by this slider here. I normally recommend keeping it pretty much in order, because you don't want it to start what's called hallucinating, making things up. Here is where we actually give instructions to the chatbot, and you can put anything here. So you can tell it what it is. You are a question and answer chatbot. You will only answer questions on quantum computing or quantum science. You will put sorry, I don't know, check with Eamon, and obviously I can put the if asked a question not related to quantum computing. So now so that's done. I'll go back to the overview. Now I'm going to say who won the 1966 World Cup, and it would have answered this question before, but now I've told it not to, sorry, I don't know, check with Eamon. You can see the control we have over this. If I now click on appearance, we can start changing what the chatbot looks like. So I'm going to give it a title, trial bot. Oops. And the first message may be, great to see you. And you can see that it changes dynamically. I can actually say how long is it before the message pops up. You can change the time in seconds. The question for the first line is always a good one. What does QUECWA do? You might get somebody to your website who really doesn't know anything about that. So now you can see over here, what does QUECWA do? And if I just click on it, it will automatically answer that question. QUECWA is an innovative community at the intersection of technology and entrepreneurship. So I can, in the placeholder, I can say, hello, this is Eamon. And you can see that now it's very faint because it's in the placeholder. Hello, this is Eamon. Oh, look, it's still answering what QUECWA does. It gives very, very good answers. Now, the important thing to show clients is you've got a lead collection, so it can take leads. What they found is that if you're on the phone to someone and you ask a few questions and they answer it, and then that person says, look, would you like to leave your details so we can contact you? Most people will say, oh, well, not just now, and they'll give any excuse not to leave their details. But for whatever psychological reason you want to imagine, quite often, or mostly with chatbots, people will leave their detail. And it's very easy to set it up. We won't go into that now, but it's very easy to set it up so that it will ask you, after answering 6 questions, it will say, can I take your details? The person will normally fill them in. And you can say, by the way, have you heard about the special that QUECWA's doing? So we can do all these things here. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is the embed and share. What happens here? This is so fantastic. If I click this, if I want to share my bot with the client, I just click here and I've copied the link and I can send them an email and paste that link into it. And then when they link it, they go to basically that overview so they can try it all out before they put it online. And when they put it online, this is the embed script that the client will give to the web developer. So again, I just copy it, and if I know what I'm doing, like I can actually, on my own website, I just create a field and paste that embedded code into the script, and that will bring up the chatbot on my website. And that's basically it. All the support and everything's there, and it's now fully deployed. Isn't that brilliant? Yes, it is brilliant. Okay, so let me show you how to create and support a chatbot. Starting again, we don't need that. Dino's just asked the question. I'll answer the questions in a few minutes. I've just got a few more slides to go through. So let me bring the slides up. I hope that was informative for you. So there we have, that was the back end. Further info, go to my website, QUECWA.com.au. And that will, a lot of information on there. I'm very much behind on my website because I had to rewrite it. Excuses, hey. But on my website, you can see all what the different bots are. I'll be talking about, but wait, there's more. AQ. You have to start talking AQ to your clients. Jeff Bezos, quantum computing is the future. I'm not exaggerating when I say it will change everything. And he wrote that before the advance, if you like, of AI. So AQ is the future. It's going to be great for you guys to learn this stuff and then show your children and get them involved, because I'll be giving you lessons every week. I'll be answering any question you want, and I will be showing you new applications that are crazy, like, translation and animation. Oh, yeah, I'm going to answer some questions in a minute. Thank you, everybody, Rihanna and Dino, for the questions. And I'm saying I will answer any question you have on generative AI. Let me just put that down. Oh, quickly, yeah, the future of your agency is important. So again, weekly AI information sessions from me, answering everything, telling you about what's new. Monthly, at least monthly, probably more to begin with, new opportunities like the flyover for real estate companies. That's huge. Voiceovers, animations, videos. And you're going to be a part of a community of like-minded, non-technical people. Almost, I think, everyone I've approached is basically non-technical. And we just give you free advice, totally. Now, money-wise, from those figures I gave you before, and of course, a spreadsheet can say anything, but I just thought I'd give you, if you sell one a week, let's just say you're putting 40 hours into this, you find, and let me tell you, the first thing you should do is find anybody with a website who's willing to look at it and then get me involved, because I will sell it for you. And then you will learn from me. So all you've got to do for the first 3 sales anyway is just get me involved. Now, if you do one sale, oh, hi, Carol. Thank you. Nice to see you. If you make one, so let's say you put 40 hours into it. I mean, a lot of people are doing this as a second job, and that's fine. But if you are not working at the moment and you put 40 hours in, you will get one a week. If you get one a week, in your first year, you'll earn 33,000. And in your second year, you'd earn 46,000. Let me say something straight now, which I'm always going to be honest with you. You'll always know everything. Now, the second year is going to be difficult, because what's going to happen? If you listen to the experts in the industry, they say that soon companies will be possibly giving away chatbots because it's so easy to set up. They'll get into the give them a chatbot free. I've heard Microsoft talk about that already, and then sell them something else. So there's a bit of that going on. So this is not going to last forever, but I would suggest for the next 18 months to 2 years, you'll have a good, business. And the reason why you earn more in the second year is that you've got this constant support from everybody who bought from you in the first month. Now, maybe this is silly, maybe it isn't. I worked out, what if you sold one chatbot a day? Now, that's a lot. You'd have to work hard, but there's enough websites out there that need it. If you sold one a day, in the first year, you would earn 168,000. And in the second year, just under $250,000, because, again, of the support. Now, please, I'm not trying to blind you with science. They're just the facts. And I've given you the prices. Most people say to me, oh, Amy, are you sure you're not charging enough? So there's that side of things as well. But it's a really good value for the client. I was going to do a demo, but I just didn't get time to do it. You can have a look if you want. It's Everlastings. So everlasting with an S on the end, .com.au. which is a company. I just did their website, finished it on Friday, and they sell everlasting plants, and they absolutely love it. And you can see the chatbot working there. You can ask any question about everlasting plants, and it'll answer it. But you need to manipulate it at first. There's a bit more to it than I've let on. I mean, you've got to train it a bit, but I'm going to answer all these questions in a second, everybody, because this is my last slide. So I'm going to thank you. So let me start with the great questions I've been getting. Rihanna says, she's from WA. Do you approach clients face to face, or what is the protocol? You can do whatever you want. I mean, you literally can. I've been doing, everyone I talk to, been on Facebook for years. And I'm saying to everybody now, oh, do you have a website? And you're aware, look, I'm involved with chatbots, and they're always skeptical at first. And then I said, well, look, give me your website and I'll put one up for 48 hours. You just have a look at it. And if they let you do that, the old puppy dog close. By the way, I have an extensive sales experience as well. So my enthusiasm sells things, but this is real. Anyone who's got a website needs a chatbot, because A, they're 24/7. B, people will buy from a chatbot, and there's statistics to prove that. Rihanna's another question. Does the price include the initial price of the bot or the monthly income from membership to service? Okay, the membership fee's got nothing to do with the price of the bot. That's something you pay me to be a part of the group. And it's only $45 a month, and you don't pay it until you start earning commission. And if you don't earn any, you never pay it. And that's for me to give you a new business proposition every month. And I'll be doing that, if not more. I'll just be saying, oh, I've got this great thing. I spend my life looking at these things. But I did give the prices before. So for the URL bot, which is the straight URL, it's $4.95. So they pay $4.95, and that's it. They own the embedded code that goes in their website and creates a chatbot. But they can, and then they can either take out a support package or not. And there's 3 support packages. 1, no support, which is fine for some people. And then standard, which is $45 a month, and then advanced, which most people will get. Most dynamic people will need the $100 a month, and that is, as I say, what will make you the money. Do you recommend setting up a website to showcase one's own business to prospective clients? Great question, and I think yes. That's why I've just given you everlastings. I've got my own on QUECWA.com.au, but I need to fix it up. It's like a gardener never has his garden done properly. But yeah, that's normally where I used to show people. I used to say, go to QUECWA.com.au, and everlastings is done. But as soon as you do your first few sales, then you'll be telling everybody to go there and have a look at it. Dino, what are some of the common issues, if any? That's a great question, because I don't want to paint a picture of paradise here. But the ones I've done so far, and I've only done a few, a handful, half a dozen. And then I set this up. I'm going to be doing some other projects. There's a large WA AI consortium that's putting together. But the common issues actually are when the client starts sending you documentation and text to put in, that some of it's conflicting. And then what will happen every time the chatbot says something that the client doesn't like, you'll hear about it. So that's why at the first meeting, which I'll have with you, the first meeting with the client, I always make it clear a little bit about how it works. And that is, it's only as good as its training. And the training is only good as the info you give me. I did have a client that gave me 2 conflicting bits of information somehow. Yeah. Yeah. So that actually is a common issue. So more questions, everybody? We have another 4 minutes. Did I or did I not tell the truth when I said it wouldn't go over time? Look, honestly, just get me involved. All you got to do, you've got my contact details. Talk to someone with a website and get me involved, and then we'll do it together. Rihanna, again, how long do you set aside to spend with a client? How long's a piece of string? Some clients are very savvy in this stuff, and I love talking to them because they can see how savvy I am. And some don't know the first thing, and it really doesn't matter. You take long enough to impress them that they need a chatbot, because I'm telling you, every single website can benefit from a chatbot. And then you're just sort of saying, is it worth $500? Well, $500 is nothing if you get people, you'll get leads coming in, and yeah, you'll, and then of course you can sell them other things, and the chatbot will do a lot of selling for you. I'm telling you, you can set up the chatbot. And again, back to Dino's question about some of the issues. The issue is phrasing all the prompts properly, and I'm learning that because it is particular. Every time you put a prompt, and that's prompt means, what you're asking it to do. If you do that in ChatGPT, it will give you a different answer every time. It will, because it's what it's doing, and don't start me because I won't stop, but what it's doing is probabilistic. It's working out the probable next word. Dino, oh, great one. How would a non-native English speaker activate the bot in their language? Dino, you are and always will be a hero. Dino is a guy who has a satellite. He talks to the moon, and he's a satellite in his backyard. And here's me telling you that most people on here aren't technical. What Dino knows about satellites and radios, what he doesn't know, is not a lot. Did I say that properly? Anyway, Dino, I was trying to compliment you, but that is a great question, because you can, with these chatbots, and I'm so annoyed at myself because I haven't actually tested it. And I hate seeing anything until I test it. The chatbots you get, I've been told, speak, 30 languages or whatever. So that's the first thing I'm going to do is check. But they're supposed to be multilingual, and I'm sure they are, or I'm sure we could set them up to be easily. And again, don't forget the presentation thing that I presented to the disability sector. And that obviously applies to anybody. Honestly, with myself speaking in French, I can't stop looking at it because I'm talking like this and I say that and I do this. And it's my voice, perfect lip sync. It's so much fun. And I did it, as I say, in Hindi and Japanese. And that area is getting better and better. That was a presentation. And then I clicked the button and it converted to presentation, which is fine. But now talking in real time, Meta, the people who own Facebook, have translation software that's, I think, don't hold me to this, I'm pretty sure it's got a 2-second delay. Now, this is software that's, they give it away free, or you're paying. ChatGPT is $20 US, $20 a month. I haven't even spoken about Midjourney or Runway ML. Midjourney will do art, just like ChatGPT does text. Do you remember? Do you remember? Most of the graphics in my presentation, especially the guy who looks like David Beckham, who's hugging the chatbots, that was all done in Midjourney. I did all of that. Normally, I would have had to get a designer in. So, honestly, and then Runway, I just type in anything and it'll produce a video. So this is all changing. I will keep you all informed. Not only will I keep you informed, I'll keep you informed about what's happening, but I'll also talk about apps that will make you money. And again, remember what I was saying before about the Gartner Group and McKinsey, these experts in the industry, they say about AI that it's fantastic, it's brilliant, but it's got a very short life period because everybody starts doing it. Everybody will be doing chatbots in 2 years' time. You won't be able to sell a chatbot for 500. Hopefully you can carry on supporting it because you'll have so much of their information in there. So that's that. Rihanna's asking another one. She loves it. How long for voting? You always want to know exactly how it's going to go. Every sale is different. How long for Woe to go where it runs efficiently? Give or take the troubleshooting. All right, that is actually a very good question. I get the website up and running for them within 5 minutes. I let them have 48 hours, and I can see, and you can see as well, how many questions they're asking it, and that you can tell how keen they are. But for that 48 hour trial is really important. So I always say, give me your website, but give me a few of your price list. And then you can ask, so that's an Excel file. It goes into, you upload it. That's all you do. I normally get them to do that so my answer to you is it from woe to go depends on how well you do that 48-hour trial. I have found with Everlastings, I did the trial. She ordered immediately. She ordered the top of the wazzer, and she's got the highest support package. And she thinks, well, she's right, but she thinks she's got the deal of the century, and she has. She will get lots of sales from this over the course of time. 833. How many face-to-face meetings is involved? Well, I've never had one. I have had one, now that I think about it. Again, if you follow what I've just said, you don't, number one, you don't need any in this day and age. I'd be suggesting you'd be doing most of your stuff online. So I'd be saying, and there's lots of ways you can do that. I do have a Zoom account, but in your MSN, you could say, look, let's have a video meeting in MSN, and I'll take you through it. I'll give you my presentations. You can upgrade them for or customize them for yourself with your name on, and yeah, so you'll have all of that. So really, face-to-face meetings, that's the old days. Yeah, you wouldn't have many. And as I say, if after that 48 hours, listen, here's your job. Get me involved. Let me and you and the prospect get together in a Zoom meeting or whatever, a video conference. I'll set them up with a 48-hour trial. I will make that be. I will keep encouraging. Oh, put a Word document. You've got the history of the company. You've got your annual report. Fantastic. Put that in. And by the way, I notice your policies and all of that come from the government under the Fair Work Act. I'll put the Fair Work Act in as well. And then they see the chatbot answering everything. And we're immediately going. And I think you've had a glimpse. That's how Kay could do it so easily. She set one up, and because it's that easy. And I'm just excited about sharing the great apps that are coming out. I look at these apps and I just go, great. There's an app, by the way, where you can take your own video, click a button, and it turns it into cartoon. So it's like I walked over to the kitchen, and then it's me in a cartoon form walking over to the kitchen. Now, maybe that might not be a commercial thing just yet. Although, don't underestimate cartoons and animation selling products. Hey, Dino's telling me off because I've gone over. I said I'd finish the presentation before 7:30, but questions, I'm here to answer them because I've enjoyed it so much, and hopefully you've all enjoyed it a lot. And just contact me. Do yourself a favor. It's not gonna hurt you. Contact me, and I will sell these first 3 for you at least. And then the following 3, I'll be there to give you that confidence. And then if you want to be, you'll be earning all the money. That's what I really want. And I'll be using this, what I call the conjunctive sales. Tracy's ready. Tracy will sell more than any other human being, more chatbots than any other human being. Tracy, my lord, don't let her out on the streets. I've forgotten what I was saying now, but look, it's all fantastic. GTP, what do you mean by that? GTP account. I don't know what she's done. A Zoom account. It doesn't matter. We will talk to your clients and we will give them. It's so wonderful that it'll only take us 10 minutes to give them the best chatbot they could ever hope for. If you tell them, oh, it'll be really good and it'll work really well, they're not going to believe you, or they're not going to feel it. But if you set it up, and all I'll do is throw websites in, you saw me do it, throw websites in, get them to email me documents, throw them in, and then the chatbot will answer anything. For one to set up, not a potential client, we as the sellers. I'm not sure what you mean there, Rihanna. Dino saying Tracy's his wife, is like a coiled spring. She's been selling since Noah was a boy. Sorry, what oh, you mean you want to join as a member of the QUECWA member team? Yeah, just send me a text or something, and I'll give you the link, and you can just join as a member. And you don't have to pay anything, as I say, until you've earned some commission. So look at it this way: you've got someone who, and I'm not beating my own drum, but I would know more about AI and quantum computing together than anyone in WA, possibly Australia. So you've got me backing you there. You've got me selling it for you, with you. You've got me answering every question you've got. You've got me setting. I'll be setting you up. I say monthly to cover myself, but I'll probably do more, because every time I see this technology, I just think, wow. And do you know something? The technology is fantastic, but a lot of people aren't using it because, it's like anything. To actually use it, it requires time, resources, and effort, and I can be there for you. Okay, well, look, that's probably time to wrap it up. I'd like to thank you all for your attendance. We have a journey ahead of us. Let's take the first step. Thank you, everybody, and I'll see you later. I've got to make sure that I go here. Okay, so I've got to make sure I make a recording. I haven't used this program for a while. Thanks. But Dino and Rio are bumping each other up to get out and sell. I love it. Okay, guys, I'm going, and I hope this asks me if I want a recording. See you, everyone.